Okay, so today what I have is I got a custom build here for a customer. He wanted a computer built all retro games. So what I've done is I've done a bit of a hybrid. I've done my 2 terabyte emulation station. This is what I like to use because I can map the controllers real easily. I can save my states, I can load my states, I can, exit a button. And I do like the themes as well that I can put in. This is probably my favorite theme out of them because it's such a large video. This one here, my emulation station 2 terabyte build, it's got around 12,000 games on this one here, and then I do also have the Hyperspin build, and I can make it a 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte, 8 terabyte, pretty much whatever you want. I do a custom build. If you want me to put this inside of an arcade, pretty much whatever you want, I can build. It just takes time. I'll get all my arcades will be custom made. They'll be cut with a CNC machine. If you want any type of specific graphics on your machines, it can be done. I've got someone that can do all the Photoshop and everything like that. I've got people here in Townsville that will print all the artwork, and then they will professionally install the stickers onto your arcade cabinet, so there won't be any bubbles or anything like that. It'll look very, very nice. It'll all be high definition. So I just thought, and so we'll get into some gameplay. So GameCube, this actually runs off the Dolphin emulator. I find that the Dolphin emulator works a lot better than RetroArch. But what I found is I can map all the keys as well, so I thought that's great. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find one of my favorite games, Bloody Raw. So you just click on the A button. My system will then go and find the emulator. It'll boot the emulator up, and then you just start playing. And with the new updates with Dolphin, it's just great. You can just press one button to save, one button to load, all through the emulator. So this here is just a build for a customer of mine. I'm just going to place this up on the page so he can have a look to see what type of system, because he was telling me what he wanted. He wanted PlayStation 2, he wanted PlayStation 3, and I'm like, sure, we can do that. So I just thought I'd just give you a quick rundown of this. So as you can see, the graphics is really, really nice. And then so if I was just to press L3, it'll save, and then R3, it'll load. So then I can just load straight back, and this will work on all the games. And I just hit one button to exit, and I'm back out. Press B to go back. You've got Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. So there's quite a few. How many of those? There's 1,129 of those. SG-1000. Sega Master System. Sega Genesis. So the video looks a little bit stretched because it's just the theme, but once you actually click into it, you'll notice it looks actually a lot nicer. And what I find is AMD motherboards and CPUs are the best to emulate games, just because AMD is made for gaming. Their onboard graphics cards are pretty phenomenal, and you don't really need much to emulate these type of games. It's just a no-brainer. Like, why go Intel then pay $200 or $300 for a graphics card, because they're on board. It's horrible. They don't really do anything on their onboard. And then so that's why I go AMD for. So Sega 32X. What I've done is I pretty much try and find all the video artwork, because I think it helps to make it, because you might go, Sega CD, go in, and you're like, I wonder what that game is. Well, you just hover over the top, and you get a little preview of it. So yeah, Dreamcast all runs through RetroArch. So yeah, and you pretty much just let's see if I can try and find something that I like. Cannon Spike, that's a brilliant game. Alright, so you just press A to launch. It'll configure the controller for you. And yeah, same thing, if you want to save, L3, and you'll see how it says save state 0, and then you just L3 and it'll load you straight back up. Just keep on playing, one button to exit. So yeah, we've got Sega Saturn on here as well. I think a lot of people remember playing the Die Hard arcade, brilliant. So yeah, Game Gear, what else we got? PSP, so I think there's around 600 or 700 the PlayStation games. What I decided to do with PSP is I actually decided to run it through RetroArch, because of just the saving and loading is so much easier. One button to save, one button to load. I did actually buy the PSP Gold emulator, and it is a really, really good emulator, but having to save and load, you can't just press one button to save, one button to load. I couldn't seem to find a way to do it. Like, you can save and load, but you've got to like press start, and then you've got to press the hotkey and save, and I just like simplicity. And then exiting out, you've got to press a hotkey, and you've got to go exit, and then you've got to go exit again. And it's just, I just thought, just for simplicity, one button to save, one button to load, one button to hotkey out, one button to exit. So that's, yeah, I got all the PSP Mini, PlayStation, 1,300 PlayStation games. So same deal, one button save, one button load, TurboGrafx, TurboGrafx CD, PC Engine. So the old 1941, 1943. So yeah, PC CD-ROM, PC Engine CD-ROM, Neo Geo. Who doesn't like Neo Geo? Everyone loves Neo Geo. I think probably though my favourite is the Metal Slugs. Everyone remembers Metal Slug. It's a brilliant, brilliant game. So you got 3, 4, 5, 10, 3DO. Some people were saying they were interested in 3DO games, so I went and found those, found all the video artwork, and then yeah, so then you've got your classic arcade games, Arrow Fighter. So there's over 2,000 games here. So just pretty much you can just go pick through, have a look. If you're not sure what it is, watch the video. Capcom system. So yeah, I've got all the CPS one. Everyone remembers like these Cadillacs and dinosaurs and Captain Commando, Final Fight. One of my favourites when I was a kid, Ghost and Ghouls and Ghosts. CPS 2. So you got 1944, 19XX, Alien versus Predator. I think that was one of my favourites as well when I was a kid. CPS3, so JoJo's Adventure, Red Earth. You got the Street Fighters, Third Strike, New Generation, Final Burn Alpha. So yeah, these are all old school. Samia Thomas Wave, so Demolish Fish, Dolphin Blue, brilliant. Giga Wings 2. So yeah, all these games, all of them work. Everything works perfectly. So yeah, you got the Atari, more Atari. Atari Jaguar, if anyone remembers the Atari Jaguar, because I remember the Atari Lynx. I used to love playing my Atari Lynx when I was younger. So I've got Nintendo there, Family Computer as well, Family Disk Computer, Super Famicom, Super Nintendo. So it's every single Super Nintendo game that there was made, Nintendo 64, and that's pretty much it for my 2 terabyte drive. But there's over 12,000 games, and then we're back to GameCube. And pretty much how you get out of this is you just go start, quit, shut down system, and then it'll shut it down. And for the PlayStation 2, I thought it was a lot easier to get PlayStation to work, PlayStation 2 to work through Rocket Launcher and through Emulation Station. So I've actually got to remove that. So there's Wii, there's Wii U, WiiWare. I was able to put some Sega emulators on there as well. Model 3, Sega Naomi, Neo Geo CD, PlayStation 2. So if you want to play, I got all the PlayStation games. You just hit one button. What it'll do is all these files are all zipped up. So what Rocket Launcher will do is they will decompress all the games and then load it through the emulator, because if I didn't use this, I wouldn't be able to fit as many games on the hard drive as I can, because compressed files can be 3 times smaller than the standard files. So there's over a terabyte worth of these games. So yeah, you would just on a 3 terabyte alone, you would chew up, just the PlayStation 2 would chew up at least between 3 to 4 terabytes. So this is a brilliant launcher to pretty much to play all your games. So but on this one you have to press the escape key to get out of it, and then what we'll do is we'll just go back. Alright, so yeah, this is what we got. We've got Wii games in here. So yeah, we've got pretty much every single Wii game there is. Let's try and find something. So you will need to configure the Wii remote, but you can just do that all through the emulator. So, and then yeah, you just press escape to get out when you're done. So Sega, so I used to love playing Daytona. When I was younger, you go down to like Zone Time or Time Zone or whatever it was called, and back in those days you could you get like a power card. I remember when I was younger, down in Brisbane, there's places where you go get a power card, and you put $20 on it, and you can play all day. It's like 50 cents per play. So I used to jump on Daytona, and play this, and then Point Blank, and yeah, it was great. And then yeah, just to get out, you just hit the escape button, then you back out. Alt 4 to then close it. B to go back. So then we got Sega Model 3 on here as well. Then we've got Sega Naomi as well. So yeah, Capcom versus Marvel versus Capcom 2 on Sega Naomi. So this Hyperspin version is just a 4 terabyte because the customer wanted PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, wanted GameCube, Wii U. So it's pretty much what we focused on. But I had a little bit of spare space left over because we're using Rocket Launcher. It compressed all the files. So there was still a little bit of space left. And what I've done is I've included all 350 emulators as well. So if for some reason that you want to play different games, well then you just go into the D drive and look for the folders that's called emulator, and you can just launch the emulator through there and you can play the games. But I was just concentrating on pretty much just Nintendo and PlayStation. So then so we've got Neo Geo CD as well. So yeah, all these brilliant games. PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. So let's just click on Castlevania. So what you'll find is the first time it extracts the game, it will take a couple of minutes to extract the game, and then as you can see, it's going in and loading the PlayStation 3 emulator, and then it's putting the game up. So it's a lot quicker to load this game because it's already unzipped it for Rocket Launcher's already unzipped it for the actual emulator. So it's just compiling now. Then it loads, and then you can go ahead and play. Press start to play. So just escape. So just escape and then Alt 4 and then yes. What I'll do is I'll see if I can put a hotkey in there to try and take it out. This is just the first look. Oh yeah, I also put in some Taito Type X as well. So I think everyone remembers Raiden. Who doesn't like Raiden? Raiden's brilliant. So I just thought, you know what, I've got spare space. I'm going to put some of these brilliant games on here as well. So you just select, put some coins in, and then yeah, start playing, away you go, sort of thing. And then yeah, just fire away. Escape to get out, B to go back, Type X 2. So yeah, another Raiden game. King of Fighters 4. Alright, so that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, Nintendo 3DS as well. So yeah, go back. I also put Nintendo DS as well. in here as well. So I think there's over 1,000 of these games as well, so that'll be fun to play. Some of these you probably won't be able to play because it requires, you know, for you to touch the screen, but there's a lot of games where you don't need to. I just thought this was a added bonus as well, because I had the folder available to just move it across. So then, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you just press escape, and then yes, and then get back to the home screen. So that's pretty much it.